Hello, and welcome back to Stefan's Kitchen. It's been a while, and hopefully we'll get some more recipes up here in the next little while. And I'm going to try and focus a little bit more on some baking things, because I didn't do really much desserts or anything on my last recipes that I've ever... well, in any of the recipes. But anyways, let's go and make the very delicious Creme Brulee. It's so tasty. Basic, very basic amount of ingredients. 4 ingredients that we're going to need all together for this. So, but you need to use a blowtorch, so be careful. Be careful. Okay, so as I said, 4 basic ingredients: cream, vanilla, egg yolks, sugar. And that cup of sugar is going to be for our cream. I'm using a liter of cream because I'm making a lot of creme brulees for me and peoples around me. And you can use a half a cup of sugar and a half liter or 500 milliliters of cream if you'd like. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go and grab that carton of cream, open it up, and pour it into our little saucepan here. And we're going to let it warm up just enough so that it's going to be hot. And you don't want to have it up too high either, because it will burn. So, that being said, now that the cream's added, let's put it on medium heat. And once you have it turned on, this is probably about the best time you can put in vanilla. If you have it, use vanilla bean. It's better than extract, and that's all that needs to be said, really. So, we're going to go and we're going to mix up our vanilla extract into our cream, and oh, it's going to taste delicious. And hopefully, like I said, if you guys want to try anything different, by all means go ahead, but hopefully just using vanilla will be enough to sate your appetite. And so the next thing we're going to do, while the cream is warming up, I'm going to put all the egg yolks into a bowl. And then basically, while you're boiling up the cream, I keep saying boiling, warming. You want the cream to slowly get hot, otherwise, like I said, it'll scald and it'll taste gross and burn out, and you don't want that. So, after we get the egg yolks added in, we put into our bowl, we put in our cup of sugar, or half a cup for whoever's making half the amount. And as you can see, I move back and forth between the two. I'm going to make sure that sugar and egg yolks are mixed up quite well. And again, always stirring our cream on the stove as well, for the fact that we don't want it to burn on. Because burnt cream is well, you can't cry over spilled milk, but you can cry over burnt cream. So there you go. So once it gets warm and you start seeing it getting all frothy and all this steam coming up out of it, take it off the heat. And we're going to take just enough that we can temper our egg yolks. And tempering means we're going to add a little bit of this hot mixture to our cooled egg yolks, or room temperature egg yolks, I should say. And slowly but surely we add in a little bit more of the cream, the warm cream, until the egg yolks and the cream mixture inside the bowl with the sugars basically heat up enough so that it won't scald or curdle your egg yolks and cream together. So, I've got it warm enough that I can pretty much just start pouring in whatever I need. And as you can see, I'm pouring in good amounts at a time, but still not like all of it at once, because obviously, like I said, you don't want to curdle your mixture. And once you get about half of it in, you're pretty much good to go to put in the rest. So, and again, give it a good stir. It does not hurt to give it a good stir. And there we go. So, next, pour it into something that's pourable, like a big measuring cup. This is a 4 cup. You're probably going to use a 2 cup. Anyways, moving onward. Ooh, fill up your ramekins. And as you can see, I have my ramekins placed inside of a nice little casserole dish. And we will get to that in just a moment. Now, if you're going to add anything in, like berries or whatever, put them in the bottom of the ramekins and fill the ramekins up to about, as you can see, the lip on the top part of the ramekin. Any more than that, and you may have to worry about it bubbling over or things like that. But again, we're not going to have it up too high either way. So, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to put in warm water as a water bath, and that's the reason why we have a casserole dish, so that they can house the ramekins, but we can put a warm water bath around it. This way, the creme brulee will cook all the way through, and at a more, what's the word I'm looking for? More evenly as well. So you won't have like parts of it being raw in the middle or overcooked on the sides or anything like that. And it'll also help promote the steam as well, which will help it rise and stay all nice and fluffy and stuff. So, set your oven to 325 and make sure it's preheated. And as you can see here, I'm going to be adding in our ramekin or casserole dish full of ramekins, and be slow. Do not flop everywhere. And maybe that's all I'll make? No, I have a certain little surprise to show you all later. Oh, you can see it. Not quite. Now you can. I'm trying my hand at my very first large creme brulee. So this is one that you could probably serve as a kind of main dessert for everyone to share kind of thing at a bigger kind of party. But once you've let it cook for about 30 to 45 minutes, take them out and let it cool down. And once they're cooled down enough, put them in the fridge and let them cool down for about 2 hours before doing this. Once they're nice and cooled down, put your nice teaspoon of sugar on there and evenly distribute it around the ramekin. And look how fancy and nice I'm making it. It's like making a winter wonderland just for my creme brulee. And slowly but surely, this is where it gets dangerous. Use your blowtorch. Now, some people say that, oh, well, you can use a broiler of an oven. It's like, nah, it's not really the same. It's not as even. It's not as good. If you have a salamander, well, la-di-da. I don't have one. I use a blowtorch. Most people use blowtorches. Now, the secret to using a blowtorch without burning things is to you warm up the air around the top, and you more or less bring the heat of everything that you're going to blowtorch to a certain temperature, and then you blowtorch it. As you can see, I think I burnt the sugar just a little bit there, but I mean, this is creme brulee. I mean, this is burnt cream, so you shouldn't try and burn it though. But no, it's not burnt too bad. Once it starts to sizzle like that, you almost want to let it stop. And now for our main event, an extra large creme brulee, and this one I've done in I don't even know what kind of dish you would call it. This is obviously another type of casserole dish. I call this a lasagna dish, and the reason I say that is because this thing is perfect for making personal lasagnas, and well, it's actually the same type of dish that I first seen Jungle Jim's serve lasagna in way back in the day. That was a long time ago. I was a kid then. But as you can see there, I'm doing a lot better job of bruleeing all the sugar there. See, I'm letting it get warm enough first before I let it sear all the way through, so that way I'm not burning it. And there we go. So once you've bruleed the top of your dessert, what you must do then is let it cool down enough for it to get hard, and that's pretty much it. So don't let it burn. I hope you guys all enjoyed. I hope this has been a learning experience. I hope you try to make creme brulee in the safest way possible. And as always, thank you all for watching. I am Stefan for Stefan's Kitchen, and I will see you all next time for more cooking.